So let me put you guys up close because my room is a mess. I know. I know. Okay. My room is so messy. Woo! I'm not, I'm turning on my ring lights, you guys, so you guys can see me better. Okay. But anyway, when it comes to blackfishing, I think it's something that we don't talk about. However, let me tell you something. It can go a different way as well, you guys. It can also go as far as people can say that a Black person is trying to whitefish too. So it can go both ways. And I understand that. And I want that to be very clear. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. But I want that to be very clear because I think some people, this is so controversial. Some people don't understand the whole aspect of it and why it is so problematic. So that is what I'm going to show you guys by showing different pictures because a lot of people don't even know what blackfishing is. And some people who do know what it is don't want to talk about it, but it's very problematic because it takes away from the success when you see blackfishing. Obviously it's more aimed at Black women. So let me tell you something as a Black woman. When it comes to Black women, sometimes, like if I have blonde hair, there could be somebody in here that says I'm excuse me, that says I'm trying to be white because I have blonde hair. Okay? Or because of the way that I talk. That's why you will always hear me say we're going to talk about empaths too, you guys. But sometimes you will always hear me say intelligence is not attributed to color. And the reason why is because there is this stigma to where Black people are supposed to act a certain way and talk a certain way. And when you speak with just, oh my God, when you speak with just general intelligence, some people will accuse you of that. I've been accused of that throughout my life. And I don't care, you know what I mean? Because that's just the way my mother raised me. My mother raised me to speak the proper English. And no offense to anybody that doesn't, but that's just the way that I was raised. And that's just the way that it is. And people like Jesy, he's actually the one who created this quote because he said, since when is race or since when is intelligence attributed to color? It's not attributed to color. But there is ignorance out there when it comes to different races. That's why I'm very quick to preach to you guys and talk to you guys about microaggression behavior, racial microaggression behavior, because there are a lot of stereotypes when it comes to different races, and not just Black people, but a lot of different races. I'm not just talking about Black people, but I'm going to tell you why blackfishing has become a major issue here today. It has become a major issue, and it's something that needs to be talked about because you have to give credit where it's due. And if somebody, and it's not even necessarily Black fishing, it's almost like just a lot of influencers and celebrities just wanting to be racially ambiguous. So I'm going to pull up some pictures. If you've seen my, what do you call it, thumbnail, then you probably get kind of an idea of what I'm talking about. But I'm going to bring up some pictures as well. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Okay. So, I'm going to pull up some pictures. I'm going to share my screen. So hold on one second. Every single time I do this, that's not right. This happens to me all the time, you guys. Let's try that and see what happens. No. Hold on one second, you guys. You guys might hear me or maybe still see me. I'm not sure, but I have to do something on my computer. So hold on one sec. Okay, I have to look at my iPad real quick. I want to see something. I don't understand why it always does this to me. Wait a minute. Never mind. Never mind. You guys, don't mind me. It's been a long time since I've shared my screen. Okay, so first, you guys, I want to give you guys the first example, and it's Bad Baby. Okay, Bad Baby is, whatever. I've never liked her. Hold on. Okay, sorry, go back to it. I've never been very fond of her because, I mean, she got famous from disrespecting her mother. So I will never be okay with that. But this is the first example that I wanted to show you. I'm not going to show too much of this, but I'm going to show you a little bit of it just to give you guys a little bit of an example of what blackfishing is, okay?
Here's a story that has to do with first love and the confirmation of desire.
Blackfishing is a term to refer to people who appropriate Black culture and style or pretend to be Black. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but when does imitation become cultural appropriation? And is that acceptable? Right now, I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities accused of blackfishing here for you on IO.
Okay, so you guys just seen why am I looking there? You guys just seen the first picture, not the first picture, but the second picture of when Kim Kardashian came up. So Kim Kardashian really, really, really got very admired for having cornrow braids. Okay. And cornrow braids are beautiful. But one of the things that she said when she was getting backlash for it is she said I just like it because I admire Bo Derek. Now, if you know who Bo Derek is, she's the one, she's like an older actress and she had cornrow braids and they looked absolutely beautiful. And she was like running from a beach and stuff like that. Now, that's great, but Bo Derek didn't come up with cornrow braids. Everyone knows that that is from African culture. So give credit to where it's due. Cornrow braids did not come from Bo Derek. That's part of the issue is if you are going to have cornrow braids, that's fine. I don't care about that at all. And no one else should either, as long as you're giving that credit to the African culture and saying that you're inspired by that instead of saying, oh, I was just inspired by Bo Derek. No. Okay. You may be inspired by Bo Derek from her running on a beach, but cornrow braids itself is from the African culture. And that's what I'm talking about. Then versus if a Black woman has cornrow braids, you know what I'm saying? It's no recognition at all. You know what I mean? Like a Black influencer can have cornrow braids and it's nothing. Kim Kardashian does it, capitalizes off of it. Everybody's admiring her and everybody's getting that style and getting cornrow braids because they want to be like Kim Kardashian. But in the same sense, okay, you want to be like Kim Kardashian, but Kim Kardashian is saying, oh, it comes from Bo Derek. No, that's not where cornrow braids come from. It comes from the African culture. So say I was inspired by African culture and the way that they do braids. And to me, it would have been a wrap. That would have been great. That's the problem. If you're going to be inspired by a culture, give them credit for it, especially in the position that you are in as a millionaire, a rich woman that can literally, because I guarantee you, the person who did her cornrows was not white. Okay? So therefore, give credit to that person who did your cornrows. Give credit to the African culture and say, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired by that. That's the problem. Okay? So hold on.
Welcome back to Inform Overload. We tell you about what's trending on the internet. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Subscribe for a different take on the news and follow us on social media. We actually just revamped our Instagram page at Inform Overload, and you can get news updates on there that you
There you go. Inform Overload. They're awesome.
Won't get on here because demonetization. Blackfishing
I will put this in the comments below. Okay.
reminds me of this girl in my high school that I knew who would wear like a totally dark foundation that was way too dark for her. And I actually thought that she was Black until she leaned over in math class and I saw her back. And I was like, whoa, she's white.
Okay. I want to tell you guys something else. Do you remember when that creator, which is on my channel, when she said my foundation is too light for me, which it's not, but that goes back to her saying, that's why it's a racial microaggression, because that goes back to her saying, basically insinuating that I wanted to be lighter than what I really am. So that's what I'm talking about here. And that is exactly what she meant. And she was wrong. You never see me without foundation on. So how do you know if my foundation is too light? And I squashed that shit real quick.
And I guess there's actually a term for it now. Starting off our list at number 10, we have Kylie Jenner. Seeing Kylie Jenner on a recent quarantine munchie run without makeup made people realize how pale she actually is. Here's a tweet. The way that quarantine has turned Kylie Jenner back into a white girl. Kylie's been accused of blackfishing multiple times. Some people think that Kim and Kylie were the ones who started this whole blackfishing trend. They get surgery so that their body is much more curvy and exotic. They sport cornrows and box braids, traditionally Black hairstyles.
That's what I'm talking about, you guys. It's traditionally African hairstyles. And if you're gonna rock it, give credit to where it's due. If you're not gonna give credit, then don't rock it or don't get mad when people call you out on it.
And this screenshot was when she was accused of trying to look like Beyonce. And this was the time where she was sporting the same color skin as her black friend next to her. Again, just letting you guys know.
But that's not her real color. Now listen, sometimes people can go too far with it. A lot of people go tanning. That doesn't mean that they're trying to be anything that they're not. I don't necessarily agree with that aspect. As far as saying, you know, if you go tanning, you're trying. A lot of people go tanning. So I'm not saying that, but I am saying that I have definitely, I'm more concerned about like the hairstyles and different things like that.
No, I'm not saying that it's blackfishing. This is just what other people are saying.
Yeah.
Next on our list, we have Nikita Dragon. Nikita has also been accused of blackfishing multiple times.
Now, this is a culture vulture for sure, for sure. Nikita Dragon is a influencer, a makeup influencer, whatever the fuck she thinks she is. I do not like her one bit. She has definitely, she's a culture vulture. That's what they call her.
Times, and she's had to defend herself, be it the particular style she adopts or the fake tan she wears. She was accused of blackfishing when she was collaborating with Jeffree Star on Androgyny. She wore a do-rag on Snapchat during Milan Fashion Week. And here she is wearing box braids. After the backlash, this is what she wrote in the box braids caption. I would just like to take this moment to show my love and appreciation for all the gorgeous Black women in my life and also to those who follow me. I was inspired to do this box braid wig because I find it so beautiful. Too often, there's a double standard when another person takes inspiration from Black culture.
Now, see, I agree with what she's saying, Nikita Dragon. She is literally saying that she is inspired by African culture. I don't care if people are inspired by African culture and they wear braids. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that when you don't give credit where it's due. So she's giving credit. So there's nothing wrong with this to me. As long as you're giving credit and saying I'm inspired by this, then there's nothing wrong with it to me, because it's okay to be inspired by another culture. But it's when you continuously capitalize off of it and not give credit to where that's what bothers me. And the reason why it's so problematic is because in a lot of ways, it takes away from Black women trying to be successful, just like Nikita Dragon as an influencer. It's very easy to take your braids out, to remove your tan or whatever that is, a spray tan, probably, whatever. It's very easy to go right back to being privileged, okay? And being one of the top influencers here on YouTube, whereas for a Black woman, we can't take our Blackness away. We can't take those kinds of things away. So therefore, that's where I'm trying to tell you, it's problematic because oh my God, when you are an influencer or whatever and you're trying to make it, you can turn it on and off. But when it comes to us as Black women, we can't turn it on and off. And that's why it's such a struggle for Black women to be successful on YouTube and other different platforms, Instagram, everywhere. The struggle is real because you have people like Nikita Dragon who can turn it on and off and capitalize off of trying to be racially ambiguous. Yes, you can still give credit to African culture, but in the same sense, tomorrow, you don't have to look like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very problematic, you guys. And I'm just trying to show you guys how problematic it really is. Okay, continue.
Suddenly, it's a new trend or it's renamed to be something else. Hearing stories of Black women being sent home from school or work because of their braids is beyond disheartening. I will always use my platform to spread awareness and equality for all, but especially for women. And that's on period, love. Next up, at number 8, we have Molly Mae Hague. This Love Island star was accused of blackfishing when she wore a foundation shade that was far too dark for her. She uploaded a video called My Updated Makeup Routine. In it, she used a foundation shade that was around 10 shades darker than her actual skin tone. MAC Foundation NC42, which, if you didn't know, is about 3 shades up from a foundation.
NC42 is my color, you guys.
That Black women normally wear, which is NC45. She said that she uses the darker foundation because she gets paler in the winter, like all of us. But I mean, I feel like most of us have 2 shades of foundation for that reason. One for the winter and one for the summer. Many people came to her defense, however, arguing that wanting to be tan doesn't necessarily constitute blackfishing.
Yes,
At number 7
I agree. I agree with that. I don't think that wanting to be tan has to constitute for that. I do agree with that.
On our list, we have Jesy Nelson. Jesy Nelson is British. Both her parents are Caucasian. But
she's another one that I'm going to talk about when this is done. So hold on.
there are a ton of threads of people compiling evidence, and she's being accused of blackfishing for years. Here's a photo of her as a baby as opposed to her now. The blackfishing claims were out in full force when she was sporting this dreadlock look. Many people felt the photos were offensive and called for her to be canceled. Other people came to her defense, and if you're thinking about it historically, I mean, Vikings wore dreadlocks, and as far as I know, Vikings were pretty white. Here's another tweet. If absorbing elements of diverse culture is appropriation and therefore discouraged, where does that leave the cultural enrichment argument that is often used to support mass immigration? At number 6 on our list, we have Iggy Azalea. It's difficult to be a white rapper and not be accused of cultural appropriation. One celebrity that knows this all too well is Iggy Azalea. Iggy has never been accused of tanning to make herself look ethnic, as far as I know at least, correct me if I'm wrong. But being a rapper, she's heavily inspired by Black culture, and that is reflected in the way that she dresses and her music. In response to the people who
there's nothing wrong with being inspired by Black culture. That's where I disagree. The only place where it becomes problematic is Iggy Azalea versus something. Well, Iggy Azalea really isn't that famous anymore. She's trying really hard though, but at one time she was. And then you have somebody like, I don't know, another rapper named Sweetie, or another rapper who is Black trying to make it, and it clashes, if that makes any sense. But being inspired by Black culture, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Who claimed that her entire style of music, persona, and personality was derived from Black culture, Iggy replied that she thinks that cultural appropriation is subjective. You could ask one person of the same race, does this affect you? And they will say yes, she told Cosmopolitan. But another person will say no. They could be from the same place, same everything, but have a different perspective about it. Halfway there, at number 5, we have Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars,
come on, no,
not for his amazing vocals.
I don't agree.
People with ADHD save 10 hours.
Don't talk about
studying
Bruno
with
Mars,
Scrum
okay?
extension.
No.
But
We ain't
by
about
all
to go
means,
there. No.
Go ahead.
Culture comes from Black music. Plantation make is that all appropriation and blackfishing multiple times. And honestly, I feel like at this point it's just publicity. She knows that it will get back.
Okay, now here, yeah, no.
Accused of Kardashian. Like I said in my previous point, Kim Kardashian is one of the people that is credited with starting the whole blackfishing trend. She's been accused of cultural appropriation and blackfishing multiple times. And honestly, I feel like at this point it's just publicity. She knows that it will get backlash and she just keeps doing it.
Okay, so this is the hairstyle that Kim Kardashian really capitalized on. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people went out and got the same hairdo and things like that. And she says, I was inspired by Bo Derek. Okay. No. That's not where cornrows originate from. So give the credit to where it's due. And that's what I have a problem with. Yeah, right? Don't be talking about Bruno Mars now. Don't even go there. Don't even do it. So okay, sorry guys. I'm going to
publicity. She knows that it will get backlash and she just keeps doing it. In 2018, Kim responded to the blackfishing claims in a Bustle article, saying, I obviously know they're called Fulani braids, named after West Africa's Fula people, and I know the origin of where they came from, and I'm totally respectful of that. I'm not tone deaf to where I don't get it. I do get it. At number 3 on our list.
If she gets it, then why did she say she was inspired by Bo Derek? Come on now, you don't get it. If you got it, then you would have said you were inspired by the African culture. Like that's, yeah, no.
We have Selena Gomez. In a recent photo shoot Selena did for Interview magazine, Selena's skin looked noticeably darker and her hair.
Now see,
there's nothing.
The reason why I'm going to go through this is because I don't agree with the whole that.
To look like early in her career, 2010 to like 2014 and then 2018, she looks progressively more tan and more exotic. Did you guys know that she's not even Latina? She's like fully white.
Now see, I thought, and that's what I'm trying to say. There are some people who just try to be racially ambiguous and, capitalize off of other cultures, not just Black culture, but Latina, different cultures like that. Now, I thought that Ariana Grande, I just literally till now, just this moment, I thought Ariana Grande was at least Italian or Latina. I never knew that she was just white, which is fine, but I never knew that. Did you guys know that? Because I thought she was Latina, right, Heather? I thought she was Latina. So what, you see? It's not just about it's not just about Black culture. It's about other cultures too. Minorities, Latina being racially ambiguous, meaning biracial. That's what racially ambiguous is, where you're looking at somebody like, what are you? And there are some people who say that to me, like, what are you? I'm like, my name's Teaya. That's what I am. What are you? Okay. Can I help you? Go. Go. Yeah.
I would choose.
Okay, in a minute. 1 second. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
I think she's part Italian, but that's about it.
Okay,
Lately,
so
she's sporting
Italian.
much darker skin, fuller lips, and some people even say that she's adopted a black scent. Many people think that Ariana is mixed race. She's not. And then there was that time that she was on stage with Nicki Minaj, and she was actually darker than Nicki Minaj. That was weird. But then again, Nicki Minaj has also been accused of white fishing or
Nicki Minaj has been accused of white fishing. So it can go both ways, you guys. It doesn't have to be just with Black people or Latinas. A lot of people say, talk about white fishing as well. But like Michael Jackson, for example, a lot of people looked at him as white fishing. Little Kim, a lot of people looked at Little Kim as white fishing. Do you guys get it? Okay.
Whitewashing, I don't know all the terms. The problem with Ariana is she appears more dark in, let's say, music videos, but then she picks and chooses when she wants to be darker.
Exactly.
When she appears on the cover of Vogue, however, it's a different story.
Yep.
There's also the issue of her style. That issue started when Ariana filed a lawsuit against Forever 21 for using an image and her likeness. When they couldn't get her to model for them, they hired someone who looked like her and dressed her up like Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande does have a stylist, like most celebrities. A lot of celebrities aren't responsible for the image that they have. Her stylist hit back at claims that Ariana's been dressing in styles that she stole from RuPaul's Drag Race, Rihanna, and Sierra. Diet Prada published a mood board where most of the styles were inspired by Black women. That mood board was for Ariana Grande's tour. Her stylist responded by saying that he is a Black man. Ariana has worked with a stylist for years, which could explain why she's changed so much. And at number 1, we have Bad Baby, aka Danielle Bregoli.
So
Danielle
here's
Bregoli
who I want to address.
is one of the most recent celebrities accused of blackfishing. I feel like she's turned it up to like, that's inappropriate. There was also that time in December of 2019 when she was seen sporting box braids. When responding to the criticism, she said, "To all the Black females that are saying my hair ain't meant for box braids, guess what? Y'all hair ain't meant to be straight." Most recently,
You see? That's why I don't like her. She's disrespectful. I don't like her. She got famous from being disrespectful. And for her to sit there and say, guess what? Y'all hair ain't meant to be straight. That's a motherfucking lie, because Black people have all different kinds of hair. It's not just straight, kinky type 4, 3, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That is completely 100% disrespectful. When all you had to say was, y'all can accuse me if you want to, but I love the Black culture. I love wearing my braids like this. I'm inspired by it. And it's a wrap. But no, you have to insult Black women and take our braids and not even give credit where it's due. That's the problem, you guys. That's what pisses me off about her. I do not like her. And it's not just because of her blackfishing. I don't like her because she got famous. America drives me nuts because you make the most stupidest people become famous. You made a girl that said, "Catch me outside. How about that?" Y'all made her famous. Come on now. I don't like it.
she appeared on Instagram stories wearing foundation that was far too dark for her. And many thought that she had taken the blackfishing like to another level. I mean, she did look like a mixed race Black woman. She's also been accused of appropriating Black culture in the way that she speaks, the slang. Basically, her accent is her trying to be Black, is what people are saying. When she was trying to defend herself, she said that she grew up around Black culture and that was all she knew. She also justified her actions and said, well, there's celebrities like Little Kim who are trying to be white. So if they can be white and not get criticism, then why can't she look a little?
Little Kim does get criticism. Little Kim does get criticism for the way that she is. Little Kim has done a lot, and she is going through an identity crisis, and it's very, very sad. She has done so much to her face. She has got, we as Black people, not all, but a majority of us, we have a wider set nose. She got her nose done. She is extremely much more light, and she has admitted it, and she does get criticism left, right, and sideways for this, because we all just want her to, love herself and love the skin that she's in. And it's not even necessarily even with her skin tone, because what people don't understand is there is fading creams, and it is very popular in the Black culture. But in the Black culture, it's, let's put it this way, not all Black people use it just for that. There are some Black people that get spots on their skin and things like that, and they use it just to get rid of that. But we all see there are also Black women that actually like Little Kim, which I think she is very, very, very light, and no fading cream can do that. I think that there are now injections that you can get to make yourself lighter. She's definitely going through an identity crisis, and it's very sad. It's very sad. And she does get criticism for it. But that's beside the point. What is the point of her bringing that up? What does that have to do with the way that you look and what you are doing and how you are capitalizing off of Black culture and making money, when there are other girls out there that are Black and could be famous? Okay, because let me tell you something right now. If there's a Black girl, which I'm sure there has been, a Black girl in Dr. Phil that says, "Catch me outside," how about that? Trust me, everybody in America is going to be insulting her. They're not going to make her fucking famous.
A little bit darker. You guys know my stance on that. If you want more info on that, I will leave a link to a different video up at the top of the screen right now. Well, guys, there you have it. Do you agree with some of the blackfishing claims on this list? Do you not? Let me know down in the comments. For now, I'm going to wrap up this video with some comment features. Natalie said, if we are potatoes, then do you eat us?
Okay, so that's it for that. And this is a good channel. If I remember to link it, I will. But this is called Inform Overload. I won't forget. This is a really, really good channel. I really like them. I think Charlotte does not. I don't think she's a part of this channel anymore, so I don't watch it as much because she was my favorite. But it's a really good channel. Teaya, you can't forget Sammy Sosa. He turned white overnight. Exactly. Yes, they have injections now where you can inject your skin to make it lighter, and it's mostly just for people who have money, like Little Kim and Sammy Sosa. Thank you, Brooke, for telling me that. Yes, Heather, are you tagging my name for a reason, honey? Okay, so I want to show you guys one more thing, and then that's it. Hold on. Yes, the baseball player, Jessica Cruz. I think that's who I'm gonna bring up. So hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second. I don't even know this. Okay, so I forget what this girl's name is, you guys. I don't know why I keep looking over at my iPad. Okay, we talk about Jessica. I think this is who this is, Heather, but thank you. Thank you, Goose. Okay, let me bring this up. So this is the real. I'm not going to keep this on for too long because who knows what's going to happen. But the influencer that I'm about to bring up, when I first saw her, I was like, oh my God, she is gorgeous. And immediately I thought she's definitely racially ambiguous for sure. I thought maybe she was I definitely thought she was biracial for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Some people are trying to be more biracial than anything. And I'll just show you. And you can be and make your own decision about what you think. So
bring the joy of the holidays into
oh
your
my
home
God.
with 50%.
You guys, they are doing holiday commercials already, like for real? No.
Then off Christmas.
There's an alarming new trend making national headlines that needs to be addressed: blackfishing. So, blackfishing is when a non-black person pretends to be black on their social media by culturally appropriating black features in an attempt to gain followers and attention. I didn't even know there was a word.
Yeah.
So recently, Twitter went berserk on a 19-year-old Swedish model, Emma Hallberg, who many thought was a light-skinned black woman.
Okay, now
But
look at
turns out
this
she
girl. Look at this girl. She is gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful. When I first saw her on Instagram, because she blew up. When I first saw her on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, she's just so pretty, And I'm looking at her. To me, she looks like she's actually, to me, in my opinion, she looks maybe Black and Indian or, biracial. But no. So let's continue.
actually is a full-on white girl. After being called out for blackfishing,
Look at this
Emma
girl.
defended-
Look at this girl. Do you guys see now what I'm talking about? Like, this is her. This is what she looks like. But this is how she
herself on IG.
Blew up on Instagram. You can't tell me that that's not somebody culturally appropriating and capitalizing off of that. And there are so many Black women who are just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, and don't get half the attention that she got. Now, do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? It's not even just capitalizing off of Black culture. It's also capitalizing off of being racially ambiguous. But me looking at this woman, I'm thinking this girl is biracial or Black. She could pass for Black even more than biracial, in my opinion. That doesn't even look like the same person. And she's huge now because of it. That's why. That's why it's problematic, and that's why it's such a struggle for Black women like me, Jackie Ayanna, different people like that, because you can turn it on and off whenever you want to. You can turn it on and off. You can come on Instagram and be classified and culture appropriate and be classified as racially ambiguous, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're so this and you're so that, and you blow up and you start making money and brands start contacting you and things like that. But guess what? When you are done taking pictures in front of that camera, you go out, you can turn it off. And you don't have to worry about being judged and being racially profiled. My kids are biracial. They're going to deal with being racially profiled. Society is never going to look at my children as biracial. They're going to look at my children as Black, period. And it sucks that that's the way it is. And hopefully in the next generation, it will be different. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it. When you can turn it on and off whenever you want to, that is huge, and it's problematic, and it's taking away from Black women.
That's staying in parts. Yeah, the picture is insane there. She said the left picture was taken 2 years ago, right before summer, with barely any makeup and my hair straightened. The right picture was taken in July, right after I came home from a vacation, with makeup. I do not get my sponsorships, work opportunities, and collabs because of the color of my skin.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I get it because of the way I style my clothes and create makeup looks. So ladies, are you buying what Emma's selling here? What do you think? Really? So you guys think she's guilty of blackfishing? Hey. Hey, I mean, this is a hard one.
It's a
I'm so
'cause I'm
confused.
And that's why I say it's a hard one, you guys, because you know, it's a very controversial subject and people can, to me, you know, and there might be a lot of people that don't agree with me. I don't mind when people are, you know, are inspired by Black culture. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you are able to say, I am inspired by Black culture, and you're not like Bad Baby saying, y'all ain't supposed to have this and y'all ain't supposed to have that, and going back and forth. That's when it becomes an issue with me.
News with Rachel Dolezal. She was
Okay.
claiming
I want you guys to listen to this, and then we're gonna end it with this, okay?
be Black.
Right.
She was saying that she identifies as Black,
Yes.
but she was born white.
Right.
Whereas this girl is obviously, she looks like a woman of color, but she is admitting that she's white.
And actually, when you look through her feed, she
Yeah.
never even identifies
By
her
herself
race
at all.
She's just really like a beauty blogger. And really, she focuses on her
But
beauty.
those look like two different
right.
different people.
But I think you brought up a really good point there. Is Rachel is coming out there,
Yes.
out the gate, saying, I am Black. She's claiming it. Whereas this young woman, however she does her makeup or her hair, she's not focusing on race. She's just happens to look the way she does.
And that was her natural skin color in this photo on the right.
She said that, because I researched her a little bit, she said that she did not take melanin, I guess.
I'm sorry, so
Melanin
she's actually
pills.
taking melanin pills.
No, she's
saying
not.
that she's not.
She's
going
saying
out-
that she got that way because of the sun.
Because people were claiming.
No. You didn't get that way off of the sun, honey. Please don't do that. I thought they were going to elaborate more on Rachel. What the heck's her last name? I forget. But Rachel lied, saying that she was Black, okay? And she passed as that. And she said that she was Black, and she capitalized off of Black culture by getting grants and different things like that. She was a part of the NAACP. I think she was even the president of the NAACP. And we will talk about her actually. I can dedicate a whole video to Rachel, but she was a part of the NAACP, and then it ended up coming out that she is a white woman. So she lied and definitely went very, very far with it. So hold on, I'm going to click out of here real quick, and I'm going to hold on, Heather. No, hold on. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I always have a problem logging onto Facebook, so I'm going to go ahead and check it this way. Yes, that girl said, the girl that I just showed you guys, she said that she tanned. No. That's not going to work with me. Oh, that's her. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me bring up, what's her name again? Rachel Dolezal. And I'll show you guys her. Whoops. Y'all, I keep messing up. Hold on a second. I didn't even know how to spell her last name, but she has done a lot. Okay. So I'm going to share one more thing with you guys just so y'all can, get a little bit of idea of who she is, and then you'll understand why it's so very problematic to do these kinds of things. Blackfishing. There's nothing wrong with being inspired. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Rachel Dolezal. Which one is it? I think it's this one. After pretending to be Black, Rachel Dolezal opens up about 6 years later. Okay. So this is...
And now to our exclusive interview with the woman at the center of a cultural firestorm in this country over these last days, Rachel Dolezal, the NAACP chapter leader accused of lying about her race. Today, we asked...
Okay, so she was a part of the NAACP. She was literally the chapter whatever. And let's continue.
Whether she has been deceptive and just why there are so many questions now surfacing about her past. Let me just ask you plainly, have you ever lied about your race?
No, because never have I been asked, are you human or not human, right? So yeah,
those words
race in a as a construct, again, as a fluid understanding. So I would say no.
You know when someone asks you, are you Black? Are you African American? You know exactly what they're asking you. And for you to say yes, is that an honest answer?
When somebody asks, are you Black, which I actually don't get asked very often, until recently, since a few days ago, then I say, yeah, I do, I am Black.
Do you understand?
Okay. So this is why these kinds of things become a problem, because you're literally sitting here saying that you're Black, but you're not. You have gotten all of the benefits from claiming to be a Black woman, and you're not. That's the problem. Yeah, she may identify as Black. That you're right. That's the operative word here. However, she's not. You're not. And you can't. Okay, you can identify as Black. Fine. You want to identify as Black, but that doesn't mean that you can walk around taking the benefits and becoming the leader of the NAACP. Like, come on. That's when you've crossed the line. You know what I mean? But you're right, Brooke. You are absolutely right.
And why many people would think, given your parents and your heritage, that is at best a misleading answer?
I can understand that, but again, up to this point, I know who raised me. I haven't had a DNA test. There's been no biological proof that Larry and Ann are my biological parents.
There's a birth certificate that has your name on it and their names on it.
I'm not necessarily saying that I can prove they're not, but I don't know that I can actually prove they are. I mean, the birth certificate is issued a month and a half after I'm born.
Sweetheart, you're not Black. I'm sorry, but you're not. Yeah, her hair is beautiful, and she went too far. Just like, you're right, Brooke. Just like I said, her hair is different, but that just goes to show you that everyone has different kinds of hair. Black people, white people, Latinas, everyone does. There are no guarantees. A Black person can have straight hair, curly hair, kinky hair. It doesn't matter, just like a white person can. And it's obvious that she does. But honey, your eyes, and not saying that a Black person can't have blue eyes, because if you can see right here, this girl right here, a beauty. Her name is Sydney Black. And I don't think she's beautiful because her eyes are blue, but those are her natural eyes. Her eyes are blue. She had a rare disorder when she was born. And she's absolutely beautiful. She did a story about her too. I'll link her somewhere. But no, you can't. It's not. No.
Right.
It's another thing to just actually be honest and transparent about who you are.
Right. Well, I definitely am not white. Nothing about being white describes who I am. So what's the
Look
word
at
for
this.
it? You know what I mean?
No, honey. No, no, no. Tia, go Google the Tamron Hall interview with her. She has blonde, straight hair. I will definitely go look at that. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. So that's another example of, you know, the benefits and taking away from those kinds of things. It's sad. It's really, really sad, you guys. And that's why I have a problem with it, because it makes it harder for Black people as a whole, you know, and especially when you can turn it on and off whenever you want. You can pretend like you're Black, but then you can also turn it off and go right back to your privilege. And that's a problem, you know, and some people don't believe in white privilege. That's another story for a different day. And we can definitely talk about that. But these things are so hard to talk about, but it's reality. And that's what we do on this channel. We are going to talk about these kinds of things that are uncomfortable. And it's okay if you guys don't agree. There are going to be some people that don't agree with what I'm saying, and that's okay. But I'm just trying to show you guys that that's a horrible thing to do. And it is happening a lot here, especially on social media. And that's why you're always going to hear me say that I'm in competition with no one else but myself, because at the end of the day, I am trying to build my YouTube off of my own back, and I'm going to talk about the things that I want to. And sometimes those things are going to be uncomfortable, and it may take me longer than the next person who may be, you know, white or, you know, whatever. But it is a lot harder for especially Black people to um, flourish here on YouTube. I've seen it, I've witnessed it. So that's why would I be in competition with anyone else when, if I'm in competition with anybody, it's always going to be myself? Because if I'm standing next to somebody who is a friend and she's white, well, I already know your privilege. So therefore, why would I compete with you? I'm not going to compete with you. I'm going to compete with myself, because at the end of the day, I know I have to work harder than you do. You know what I'm saying? So he's been bleaching his skin for over a decade. I thought he might have had vitiligo, but he doesn't. He even talked about how he didn't. Yes, but I think that he gets the shot. There's a shot that you can get, because when it comes to fading cream, yes, it's very popular in the Black culture for many different reasons. But when it comes to fading cream, like I had dark spots all over my face when I had my first child, and I used it to get rid of the dark spots. It's just depending upon who you are as an individual and what you're using it for. And not everybody uses it for that. But when you get that light, you're using something that normal people don't have access to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Sammy Sosa is, so I'm gonna look up this picture real quick, and then we're gonna end it on this. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take this off. And what did you say? Hold on. Let me see something here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a picture of Rachel Dolezal and what she looks like Can you guys even hear me? You guys might not even be able to hear me because maybe you can. Okay, so hold on one second. I'm going to show you guys something really quick. Okay. Okay, so here are some pictures of her. And this is a good one in comparison. Okay. So this is here what's I just need to see the picture. Can we please just show the picture? Anyways, here are some pictures of how she looked, you know, prior to the way that she looks now. And this is her blonde hair. So this is how I don't understand how anybody can sit there and say that she even passes at that. She made herself pass as that, for sure. I have a relative that is dark skinned. There are so 3 or so generations ago, there was an African American that was in the family, and until my relative was born, our generation didn't even know about it. Wow. How do you even begin to think of doing this? Trust me, this is very popular now, though. It really is, but this is her blonde hair. So what I'm thinking is her looking like, with her blonde hair to this, she's done something to her hair to actually make it look like that, in my opinion. I don't know if maybe she overprocessed it on purpose or whatever, but let's just be real here. This is how she made herself look. And that's no, 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 and a no. No, 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 no. So those are some examples of what I wanted to show you guys. I know that, like I said, I know it's a controversial subject, and it definitely leaves you sitting there thinking like, my Lord Jesus. But at the end of the day, this is reality, and this is what's going on everywhere. And I believe that it is so problematic, and it's hard. Soul Man. Yeah, I remember that movie, Carrie. Oh my gosh, yes, I remember that movie. But it's so hard to talk about because it's so controversial. But I'm glad that you guys came here to educate yourself and learn a little bit about it. There's some people that said they didn't even know anything about it at all. I don't even know, Brooke. I don't even know how you began to do it, but it's sad. It's really sad. But I appreciate those of you that came here to learn a little bit about this. It is definitely something that needs to stop, but if you want to be inspired by Black culture, Latina culture, whatever, if you want to be inspired by that, that's great. There is nothing wrong with that. But please give credit to where it's due. Like Kim Kardashian knows exactly what the hell she's doing. Khloe Kardashian knows what the hell she's doing. Kylie, they all know what they're doing. And it is very, very easy to turn it off and go back to your privilege and everything's all good. But in the same sense, it's very sad. It's very sad. And a lot of people don't talk about it because it's so hard to talk about. It is because there's so many people that would disagree. I don't think that there is anything wrong with being inspired by culture. There's nothing wrong with it. But when it comes to a point where you are reaping the benefits from that culture, taking away from that culture, and not giving credit to where it's due, that's when it becomes a problem. I'm going to give you guys one more example. So, sorry, my hair is a mess. Kim Kardashian, I'm pretty sure it was a makeup brand or something that she used. and she used it live. I don't remember what it was. If I find the story, I will link it in the description below. But she used a product and she was ranting and raving about this product and never credited who the person was who created this product. And it happened to be a Black owned business. Okay. And this Black owned business was furious. But why do you think they were furious? Because here's Kim Kardashian with millions of followers. Okay. When she's using her fucking sister's makeup products, she credits her billion-dollar sister, right? You use a Black owned business brand product and you don't credit them. That's a fucking problem. Very, very, very highly disrespectful. And I understand why this Black owned business brand went and flipped the scripts. Like, you credit all of your sisters who are millionaires because of their brands, but you can't credit a small Black owned business brand. No. That's something that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh my god, my hair is so messed up. That's a story that I wanted to share with you guys because it's so important to understand how a lot of these things that happen are purposely done. They're not just or maliciously done. To me, Kim Kardashian crediting Bo Derek instead of the African culture for box braids, she knew exactly what she was doing when she did that. And I see it all the time. There was an influencer that I used to watch, and I don't watch her anymore. As a matter of fact, she was doing so good on Facebook. She used to do Facebook Lives, and she used to get, quite a bit of views, and she started wearing extensions, braids in her hair. Okay. And so many people, once she started wearing braids, so many people they started watching her. She became really popular. I had actually communicated with her through text, and she admitted to me that the only reason why people were watching her, she said she blew up because of her braids. So one day, her having braids, there's always going to be a person that's not afraid to speak their mind, and it was a Black girl. She came on there, and I quit watching her because I already knew what she was up to, but there was a Black girl who came on and was like, you are taking from Black culture. I've never seen you credit the person that does do it, and even if you did, you're sitting here. When she was called out, I'll never forget, she was called out and she said that box braids didn't come from African culture. And that's when I flipped out. I'm like, and then another girl flips out. If you're going to wear box braids, when you're going to wear extensions, she wore the big fat braids and she got so much attention once she started wearing braids. And she admitted to me that that's why she wears braids now, because she gets so much attention. She literally said that it doesn't even come from the African culture anyway. That's a fucking lie. And I told her, I said, if you are going to do this, at least give credit to where it's due. It's almost like some women just don't want to say that they are inspired by African culture. And that's when it becomes very problematic. And it's like it freaking hurts them to say, oh my gosh, I'm inspired by African culture. I'm inspired by African braids. How hard is it to say that? But she wouldn't say it. And I think she said that braids came from the Indian culture or something like that. And that's a lie. That's a fucking lie. So that's just another example and here's the thing. It'd be different if she didn't know, but she knew because she said it to me. And that's when I cut her off. She knew. She said it to me. Oh, when I first wore braids, I blew up. And she's like, and that's why I continue to wear them, because people love it. Okay. So you're capitalizing off of African culture, but not giving any kind of credit to African culture. That's messed up. Now, she said it came from I think she said Indian or maybe the Arabic culture. She said everything but African culture. And that's where I cut her off. And I'm like, I'm done because this girl knows exactly what she's doing. And I don't want anything to do with it because why would I want to be friends with someone that's afraid to say that she's inspired by people like me? That's a problem. So I'm going to read some comments really quickly. Yeah, right. Where did they come from? She said they came from Indian culture. Okay. The FUBU thing pissed me off too. You have to elaborate a little bit on the FUBU thing. I don't even think I know about that. I thought it was just Bo Derek, but Brooke Shields might have done it too. Ken could have said, I love the African culture, and because I saw Bo Derek wear them, I thought I would do it as well. She just gave credit to the wrong person culture. Exactly. And that's the problem. And I think she knows exactly what she's doing, and I think she does it on purpose. There's a movie coming out about passing, and people are upset because the actresses don't even look close to anyone that would pass. Half of my family passed a generation back. They had to. Wow. There's a movie coming out about that, Brooke? The box braids, all I know and love today, aren't that different from the braids of Mahimba and chin link bob braids of the women of the Nile Valley from over 3,000 years ago. Hey, Irvin. Thanks for stopping by. It was created by people of color. It stood for by us, and white people would wear it. Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, really did not know that. South Africa. Oh, okay. Yes, I cannot remember the name. I think it'll be on Netflix. I definitely will be watching that. Maybe we can all watch it together. But yes, this is a hard conversation, you guys, because I know a lot of people think differently and a lot of people may not agree, and we can agree to disagree. That's okay. But I just Googled Brooke Shields and it was just French or regular braids. I thought she had two, but it was about the same time Brooke got big. Yeah, I don't remember Brooke Shields. I just remember Bo Derek, and I don't even think Bo Derek gave credit. Yes, when you think of the name, definitely let me know because I'll watch it for sure. That's what I love about Netflix. Like there is a show on Netflix, and trust me, we're gonna talk about this too. We're gonna talk about this too. About the prison system and just everything, how it's set up. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's one of the best documentaries on Netflix, in my personal opinion, about how the prison system is set up for Black people, for minorities. And they go all the way back to like different presidents and things like that. And it is amazing. If you guys, that's it. 13. That is when I seen that, fucking genius, dude. Like I love, and we're going to talk about that because I've had family members who have endured abuse, and my family ain't nothing to play with. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying my family is innocent by any means, but it doesn't mean that they had to, that it's okay that they had to endure the things that they endured growing up. So it is the best docu ever to me. Hi, Chit Chat. How are you? Welcome. But yes, I appreciate all of you guys coming here and listening to me rant about this. It's definitely something that I'm going to talk about again. We will talk about Rachel Dolezal. I can never pronounce her last name. Thank you, Heather, for sending that to me because I almost forgot about her. But it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I love how intimate this is, and stems from the 13th Amendment. Yep, that's it. If you've never watched 13 on Netflix, watch it. It's an amazing documentary, and it gives you a lot. It really, really takes you in and to see the things and how the system is set up. So definitely check it out. It's amazing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I love you guys. And we're going to talk about this again. I think the next person that we're going to talk about too, like I said, is I'll focus more on Rachel, because to me, she's the epitome of blackfishing. Okay. And I don't know how I forgot about her, but I did. So we will talk about her. And I hope this was an eye opener for you guys. And remember, we don't all have to agree. It's not about that. It's about agreeing to disagree respectfully. And we can do that because everyone has their own opinion. And to me, I don't think that there's anything wrong with being inspired by different cultures. That's actually amazing. But just make sure you give credit to that culture. Make sure that you embrace that culture and let them know I got this from you because I'm inspired by you, because you're beautiful and I love your culture. That's how you handle situations like that. You don't sit there and criticize a whole culture just because you're being defensive about taking from a culture and capitalizing off of it without giving credit to where it's due, right? But it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I love y'all so, so much. I appreciate you guys spending your Friday night with me. I don't know if I'm going live tomorrow. I probably will. Probably will. But this is what we do here. We talk about uncomfortable things. We really like to know your opinion on M and MGK, etc. next time. Absolutely. And I have my opinion about Eminem, and it's not a bad opinion. Eminem does more for the Black culture than rappers in the Black culture. He's given more jobs to Black people than rappers do. Black rappers. That's where we'll end it. I definitely had my problems with Eminem back in the day, but let me tell you something about Eminem. He has done a lot for Black people. He's done a lot for us. MGK, no. I'd have to do a little bit more research on him, but I know Eminem has 100% done so much for the Black culture, more than an actual Black rapper in the Black culture has. Okay. But I love you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow probably. And be respectful if you leave a comment. Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe. Or dislike this video, whatever. It's all interaction. It's cool. But please make sure you subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. And I adore you guys. You guys always make my night. I love you guys. Thank you to my amazing mods for being so amazing. I love y'all. And what else do I have to say? That's it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Look out and see what my schedule is going to be, because more than likely, you know, when you get nails and you're just like, that's where I'm like right now. You guys see me just, yeah, whatever. See, that's what I do. That's what I do. When I get nails, this is what I do. All right. I love you guys so much. That's what I feel like. I'm like, what? Because I never do my nails, and I did them. And I'm just feeling all extra and shit. Whatever. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you guys most likely tomorrow. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. Thank you for spending your Friday night with me. Your time is precious and it means the world to me. And don't forget to press the notification bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. Okay. I got to do something before, because I always got to do this before we go out. So yeah.